I was reading and researching for this episode about your Broadway buddies.
Hmm.
That's what an incredible program for the youth. Incredible how popular it is and how it's very tough to get in.
It's an amazing program that is going now into its 14th year. Broadway Buddies. It was the brainchild primarily of Linda Carey and my predecessor, Luann Franklin. What they've decided to do as a community outreach, go beyond just the person that can afford a Broadway ticket, where they're underserved youth, not just Fayette County, but our surrounding counties. Schools are invited to come to the Opera House and do a couple of things. First of all, they come in before a show and they go through a tour of the theater. They also sit through an educational component about things like theater etiquette. Should you use your phone? Should you take pictures? Should you be talking? And then they also get to sit with our technical staff and see how things like how does a spotlight actually work when the beams come on? How are props flown in and flown out to create those emerging scenes? So all of the kids who attend the Broadway Buddies class then are invited back to actually sit and watch a real live Broadway show. And it's not free. This is where the community really comes in. Our patrons who become donors for the Broadway Live series, that additional donation that they provide helps to pay for the tickets for the Broadway Buddies. And on average, we've been accommodating up to for every season about 250 kids and just participate in the Buddies program and come back and see a show.
That
Yep.
is incredible. The impression that that must make in these kids' lives, like that inspiration, like you'll never forget that experience going with your mom, dad, grandma, like, to your first Broadway show.
It is. And they sit in rapt attention because having come to the class, they see when the fog scene appears on stage, they now know how that happened. When a scenery is changed and a set flies in, they know the mechanisms of what's making that happen. So it's really fantastic for them.